Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel. And there's been some pretty cool leaks and also the official images of the Air Jordan 37 have been unveiled, right? And we have the full tech specs and when it's going to release and all that. Also, we have the full tech specs of the WOW 10 and some leaks of the KT8 and also official images of the Don Issue 4. I mean, We've known what it was supposed to look like for like a year now. I mean, I actually don't know what Adidas is doing. Adidas is very like open with their leaks. You know what I mean? They're just like, oh, here's the new shoe and it's coming out next year. You know what I mean? And then brands like Jordan Brand and Nike and Under Armour are just super secretive. There's not a whole lot of leaks. You know, I feel like Nike does it pretty well because, you know, they know. You know what I mean? Like they know when a leaked image is supposed to go out. And they do it really well where it's like a couple of months before the actual release date and then people get excited, there's a little bit of hype. Nike does it really well, right? Adidas is just like, here's the damn shoe and it'll come out next year, and then like all the hype, there's a little bit of hype and then the hype like dies down because it's just like, oh, there it is, but we can't get it for another year, right? But anyways, let's get started off with the KT8. The KT8 actually looks pretty damn nice. Klay Thompson's signature shoe line actually has been very solid. I like his lows a little bit better as opposed to his highs just because I like to play in lows. And also the lows have been lighter and all that. So that's why I like the lows better. But the KT8 looks pretty interesting, right? So if you look at this white colorway, we can see that there's like a little, like, what is this, like leather piece that goes over your ankle a little bit, right? So that'll probably help with ankle support, but then it looks like it kind of folds down, and as you guys can see, it kind of clips down with these little buttons. And we can see in this colorway that, you know, the ankle part is, you know, folded down, right? So I wonder how much that's gonna help for ankle support, but that is a pretty cool design. I guess it is a makeshift high top, right, and low top, but I do like it's a low top, you know what I mean? I'm just very curious as to how good the ankle support is going to be, right? The materials also look pretty damn nice. I mean, Anta, you know, Chinese companies in general have been giving us really good quality shoes, you know, great materials, great tech as far as the cushion goes. They are upping the price a little bit, especially Li-Ning, but I mean, it is worth it, you know, as far as like the overall quality. I feel like it's really good for the price, right? Also, the performance has been really good. So the materials look like a pretty nice knit, you know, some type of knit material, right? Or textile. It does look a little bit thicker, but also it looks like it's gonna be very cozy. One thing that's interesting though is that the opening to where the tongue is, it's like a V shape. You know, most shoes, traditional shoes, it's just like a U, but in the KT8 it's a V shape. And we can see like there's rope laces and the tongue looks pretty damn large. And there seems to be a good amount of padding like around the perimeter of the tongue, so that looks nice. And also there seems to be a little bit of padding in the ankle area as well. And as far as the cushioning setup goes, they're probably staying with N2 foam, right? Nitro edge. And yeah, it looks very similar to Boost. It looks very similar to the Boom cushion as well, so it's very nice. In the KT7, they actually caged it up like crazy just because this cushion is super soft. So in the KT8, however, there's very minimal padding, especially in the heel area, right? In the like forefoot and also midfoot area, it does come up to cage the cushion a little bit, but it does seem like the heel area is pretty much fully exposed, which I like. I don't know, like I like how it looks. It looks very clean, and I'm pretty damn excited about it. I mean, the KT7 has been out for a while, so the KT8 is due to release soon, right? So there is the KTs, and next we have the KD Trey 510, which is I don't know. It's Nike with their budget models. They do this all the time. You know, they recycle the outsole and midsole for 2 years and give us a new upper. So this shoe has the exact same outsole and midsole as its previous shoe. The upper looks actually very similar to the KD14 though. You know, the KD14 with the strap and the Nike swoosh being on the strap, right? But the material does look pretty nice. It reminds me a little bit of the Nike Renew Elevate 3, I believe it was. More like a cheaper material. This is KD's budget line, right? But yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of the KD Trey 5.9, so hopefully the 10's a little bit better, but it is reusing the outsole and midsole, so I don't think I'm gonna like it all too much, right? Alright, next we got the Don Issue 4. So it's this like red colorway. And of course, we already know the tech specs. The traction also looks pretty interesting. In this colorway, it looks like a semi-translucent outsole, which is pretty interesting, right? But we have like a digital kind of herringbone type of traction pattern, which does look pretty cool. It's a very interesting shape in the heel though. It looks very pointy at the end of the heel, which is weird, right? And then also in the midfoot, it looks like I don't know, what is this? it looks a little decoupled, right? And we can see a midfoot shank plate that does look like a piece of plastic, but it's like super narrow, which I don't think I've ever seen before. And then the cushion, of course, is full length light strike. It says light strike on the medial side in the forefoot, and we can see kind of like that light strike pattern that Adidas puts on the midsole, right? So full length light strike, and I do like how it's fully exposed. And it does look pretty thick, so I like how that looks. And then of course, as far as like the plastic piece goes on the lateral side, we do have a little bit of plastic in the midfoot, but in the forefoot, not really. But I feel like this material does look pretty supportive though. It looks super thin, but supportive because it looks a little plasticky, you know what I mean? So I feel like support will probably be good. As far as the aesthetics go, I don't know, guys. I still don't really like how it looks, unfortunately, but tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. But next, we got the WOW 10, right? So the WOW 10, we have two colorways. This white colorway with like a gradient, and also this black colorway with a gradient, which it looks awesome. I feel like the WOW 9 looks better. I kind of do miss like the Eclipse plate. It's not the Eclipse plate that's Jordan brand, but you know what I mean. So they're caging the cushion like crazy, which I don't like. If you look at every single part of the actual shoe, like the lateral side, the heel, the medial side, it's hella caged. So I don't know, guys. I feel like, you know, in my personal opinion, I like to have the midsole exposed, especially in the back of the heel. But of course, I know people that don't really mind it all too much. But the cushion does look pretty interesting, right? So we have, of course, it says TPU foaming insole. I don't know why it says foaming insole, but there's that. And it says heel carbon fiber support. I guess the logo, that black part is probably carbon fiber, right? We have a TPU wrapping stabilizer. And then we have full palm boom technology, which I'm super excited about. Boom is super nice. And in the All City 10, we had full length boom as well, and it was super nice. Like underfoot cushioning is amazing. It's soft, but you get a nice little bounce as well. Impact protection is great. So I mean, boom is super soft, you know what I mean? So I definitely do understand why they cage it like crazy. But like I always say, why can't you just make the boom cushion a little bit thinner? You know what I mean? And then you don't need to have as much cage. Just because it's thinner, it's gonna compress a little bit less, but we're gonna feel compression from the actual midsole if it's thinner and fully exposed, right? So anyways, there's that. It does look pretty thick though, so I guess I am excited about that. We have a TPU toe cap, a midsole TPU full wrap around the freaking heel, and then we have a full palm curved carbon plate, which is pretty cool. You know, carbon fiber it's not present in a lot of shoes, but I guess Chinese companies are giving us some nice premium touches as opposed to like, you know, companies that we're more familiar with like Adidas, Under Armour, Nike and stuff. And of course we have the rubber outsole, right? So I don't like how it's a high top. You know what I mean? Like it's like a mid-high, and it does look like it covers the ankle bone. Not a huge fan of that. I like playing lows better, but the WOW 10 looks pretty damn sick. You know what I mean? So I am getting those in, and I am very excited about those. And last but not least, before we get into the Jordan 37, we have the Zoom Freak 4 in this new laser blue colorway. Shout out to Sate with your kicks. And I don't know, it's growing on me a little bit, but I still don't like it. I don't like the swoosh placement really at all. And yeah, I mean, just every single colorway that I see, the materials look really cheap and crappy. So there's that. Tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics for the Zoom Freak 4. But the official images of the Jordan 37 have been leaked, and remember the leaks before of the Jordan 37 as far as the tech specs go? Those were actually incorrect, right? So I don't know where they got this from, but then remember the cushion? It says here 4-foot zoom strobo, right? Directly underfoot. So I was guessing, you know, it was pretty similar probably to the Kyrie Infinity with that 4-foot zoom strobo unit, and then a 4-foot zoom bag. So that's double stacked, right? We have the carbon fiber shank and all that, and also the Formula 23 foam in the heel. And then of course we have the Leno weave, which we'll get into. But looking at the actual tech specs, right? Here it says the cushioning setup includes a full-length zoom strobo. So it's not double stacked 4-foot zoom, right? It's a full-length zoom strobo unit and an additional 4-foot zoom air unit for extra responsiveness. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty damn insane, you know? You know, full-length zoom strobo, super nice. Great underfoot cushioning, a lot of compression, a lot of bounce and stuff like that. It's a little too crazy for me sometimes, but most of the time I do like it. And it does say we have another zoom unit underneath that in the forefoot. And then it says the shoe's heel features a TPU mold encasing responsive Formula 23 foam, which acts as a crash landing pad for all of that energy striking down into the floor. So, I mean, yeah, Formula 23 foam is brand new, so I don't know how it feels, but it is hella caged. So, hopefully, I mean, underfoot cushioning in the heel. I mean, you're gonna have the full length zoom strobe in it, so you're gonna have the zoom like right underneath your heel. And then you have the Formula 23, but then it's caged. So honestly, I don't think it's gonna be anything insane. You're probably not gonna feel the foam all too much just because it is caged and there's probably not gonna be a whole lot of compression from the actual midsole. And of course, right underneath the foot is that zoom strobe unit. So yeah, the cushioning setup is probably going to be insane. And so there's that. Also, the traction looks pretty cool. It does look very durable, which is a good thing. I mean, for the past couple of years, they've been giving us like herringbone, and it's been like pretty soft, you know what I mean? Especially the Jordan 35, right? So I do like how the rubber looks a lot thicker, and the rubber looks very hard as well. It says air zoom in the forefoot, of course, because it is double stacked. And then in the heel, what does it say? Scoring champ and back-to-back gold medal. Yeah, whatever. But the traction does look pretty cool, you know. Of course, hopefully they use a nice rubber compound for a great bite. And also we can see the carbon fiber midfoot chain plate, you know, so that's a very nice premium touch, which I really like. I mean, they haven't really been giving us carbon fiber, you know what I mean? So I wonder how much this shoe's gonna be. I mean, the Jordan 36 was like what, 185? But they're giving us carbon fiber in this, so maybe they might up the price. And also because of inflation, it might be even like 200 bucks. I'd be surprised if it was still like 180, 185 bucks. And also we have targeted Leno weave, which is pretty cool as well. Also, it says about the upper is a new exploration of Leno weave. Of course, Leno weave, they use that in the Jordan 36, which I really like. But it says it uses a yarn called Arkema, a monofilament variety that is both strong and pliable. The design of the Leno weave pattern itself, along with the profile of the tooling, is inspired by the Air Jordan 7 and the handshake craftsmanship of West African basket weaving. So that's pretty cool. It is targeted, right? So we can see, I mean, in this picture, of course, they're probably shining the light at the shoe so that we can see that the Leno weave is super thin and it's see-through, but it is targeted, right? So as you guys can see on the lateral side, we have like a looping kind of, probably an underlying material that's fused. That's a good thing, of course, for support and durability. But in the forefoot, look at that. That's so see-through. I'm honestly pretty worried about durability, especially if you do toe drags. But I do like how thin the material looks, and the ventilation is gonna be off the charts, right? Also, the tongue looks super thin as well, and there are some ventilation holes there too. And there's not a whole lot of padding in the tongue, it looks like, from these pictures. But in the ankle area, there seems to be a little bit of padding with that heel tab, right? And we can see a little bit of like foam on the sides where your ankle bones are. So that does look nice, but overall this upper looks like it's gonna be super duper minimal. As far as the aesthetics go, it definitely grew on me, right? I definitely feel like it looks a little bit better, but I also feel like the Jordan 36 looks the best in my personal opinion. I like 36, and then the 34, and maybe the 35 and the 37 are maybe like tied for me personally. But I am pretty damn excited. As far as the release date goes, the Beyond Borders colorway of the Air Jordan 37 releases in September, and the Hair colorway releases later in fall 2022. So stay tuned for that. Of course, the Luka 1 should be coming out soon as well, so I'm pretty damn excited. I mean, Jordan Brand's kind of killing it, guys, with their releases. And of course, I am waiting on a Jason Tatum, you know what I mean, signature shoe. Zion 2 did come out, and I feel like a lot of people are waiting for the Jason Tatum. I feel like, you know, a lot of people are saying he deserves a signature shoe, and he'll definitely sell a lot as well. So, but I guess they do need some people to wear the actual like Jordan signature shoe. But anyways, tell us what shoe you're excited about down in the comment section below. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.